Welcome back. BronxWorks helps individuals and families improve their economic and social well being. From toddlers to seniors, they feed, shelter, teach, and support our neighbors to build a stronger Bronx community. Here to tell us about some of the ways they help is the Associate Vice President Marie Edwards, along with Deshana Hamid, the Program Director of BronxWorks. Thank you both so much for joining me.
Thanks for having us.
Thank
Now,
you.
for those who are a little bit unaware, can you tell me a little bit more about BronxWorks and your overall mission?
Sure.
So, BronxWorks is a multi-service organization that has been around since 1972, originally as Citizens Advice Bureau. And over time, as we recognized the need to evolve with the Bronx community, we have missioned our name to become BronxWorks. And within that, we try to serve all residents throughout the Bronx and be able to address all the challenges that they face on a daily basis, which gives reason to our programs and the number of services that we offer as a multi-service organization.
And I want to say that I have definitely seen the work that you've done throughout the Bronx. And for anyone watching, even if you don't know, you probably have seen BronxWorks, out there, on the streets helping our communities. So I want to say thank you for that, once, because I've seen it myself. Now, I want to talk about one of your programs, and that is the healthcare training program. Can you tell me a little bit more about that and its goals?
Sure thing. So, as you may know, healthcare is one of the fastest growing industries in New York City. So, with that in mind, we are launching a healthcare training program that allows members to earn their credentials as a clinical medical assistant, along with EKG and phlebotomy technician certifications. And so, it's a really excellent way for folks to enter the field of healthcare, which can lead to very lucrative careers.
And I want to kind of expand on, the training and certifications, and how that can tremendously change, someone's life and, their career path. Can you just explain, what impact that could have on somebody long term?
Certainly. So, as you may know, trainings can be very expensive, they can be out of reach, very hard to access. And so, when you have a foundation of technical skills as well as theory, and especially in, like I said, a fast growing industry such as this, then you really have a jumping off point for creating a long term career path and continuing, continuing to gain skills in the field.
Now, who is eligible to apply for the program and how can they get involved?
So, folks that are aged 18 to 24, so our young adult population, who have obtained their high school diplomas or equivalent, and who are not working and are looking for a meaningful and impactful way to join the healthcare field.
Now, I understand on February 7th, you have an upcoming event at the Workforce Development Office. Can you tell me a little bit more about that event?
Yes, absolutely. So we are currently recruiting folks to come in and join the program. And so we'll have the technical instructors there, as well as our career development team who helps with job readiness skills so that folks can succeed in the workplace. And they can ask questions, see if this is a right fit. It is an intense program, so we're hoping to give people the opportunity to learn more about it.
Now, I want to switch gears and talk about something that is stressful for so many of us. I know, even after doing it a few times, it's still hard for me, but that is tax season. Can you talk a little bit more about the services that you provide to help the Bronx, kind of deal with the stress and just understand what's going on during tax season?
Oh, well, BronxWorks is very versed at providing tax services. So the New York City Free Tax Prep program is a program that we have operated since 2007. And with that, it has enabled us over the years to be able to expand our reach throughout the community. So it's for all New Yorkers, anyone in terms of an individual who has earned at least $65,000 and below in 2024 are eligible to file with us, as well as individuals or families that are claiming a dependent or a spouse as well. That's $93,000 in income combined in 2024 and below. So with that said, we have around 6 tax locations where it's either at a BronxWorks location or we're working in partnership with Montefiore Medical Center as well as the Health and Hospital Corporation Tremont location So we are in two of the campus locations for Montefiore and BronxWorks, our main hub office at 550 East 142nd Street, and our main location at 80 East 181st Street, which is the Morris Center. And then we also have one at Twin Parks West. However, we also offer virtual services for anyone that's unable to come in 3 days out of the week.
Now, how can residents schedule an appointment?
So they're welcome to go to the BronxWorks website and be able to look and see the flyer there and be able to register through a QR code or call our office. I believe it's the 718-993-8880 extension 261 number. Or just call us and we'll be happy to assist. They can also email us as well and be able to get assistance with scheduling a tax appointment.
Now, I want to talk about the Summer Youth Employment Program. That is a staple in New York City that I think most young people in the city have experience with.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell me a little bit more about the importance of, just assisting young people in the Bronx, especially with a program like this?
Yeah, so with our Summer Youth Employment Program, and we have a very large Summer Youth Employment Program, a program that BronxWorks has actually operated for at least 14 years. And with that said, the importance of this is that it allows for 14 to 24-year-olds to be able to access the opportunity to develop skills, to be able to explore career paths, and as well as gain paid work experience during the summer months of July and August annually every year. So also it addresses the fact that for the young people in terms of unemployment, it addresses the unemployment factor for many of them, and that enables them to have a form of income, even if it's just for the summer months. But it also has been impactful for many young people in terms of building a career pathway, because many of those who have gone through summer youth have also recognized, wow, this is a possible career opportunity, and they've gone on to start in that career track, whether through college or other alternative routes that are available to them, and that's enabled them to build a career and build a life for themselves and their families.
And I'd love to hear from you. Just, what are your thoughts on the program? It's something that, has been in New York City for so long and it affects so many young people. So can you just tell me your thoughts on the program as well?
Sure. So I've actually had family members that have used SYEP and have come back with such wonderful stories about how they've learned actual real skill in offices or different locations, different type of workplaces. And I think that's important because especially as we are on social media so much and we're, on our phones and computers, we're not interacting with folks, we're not learning those skills. And so I think it's a really valuable experience for young people.
Definitely. And I think it helps teach a lot of people, just the value of responsibility, having to wake up and, go somewhere that's not school and not being with your friends all day. I know it definitely impacted me. So I can definitely attest to how important it is. Can you explain what kind of support and mentorship BronxWorks provides to SYEP participants?
So for the young people, many times, BronxWorks is a very big supporter. Many of the young people are placed into the many locations. BronxWorks has over 60 plus locations throughout Bronx County, so that's a big plus right there. We work with a lot of work sites. We're still looking for work sites, so both on the community-based organization side like BronxWorks, as well as the local government, city government, as well as local businesses. So we provide that support by ensuring that what they are assigned to do, they're actually doing. This is not a job in which you come in and you sit down. It's a job in which you're actually going to take part and be inclusive in the work environment that we secure you in, be it at BronxWorks or be it at a worksite partner. So that's an important factor for us. And also with the staff, they do pay visit to the work sites to ensure that the actual young people are taking part in those activities and ensuring that they are having a very positive and impactful experience.
And, I want to talk about how this, of course, it impacts, the children or the young people that are involved, but the impact that it could also have on their families. And knowing BronxWorks does a lot of work that's just for families overall, what do you hope that anybody who interacts, with the organization through this program, what do you hope they leave with?
I would hope that they leave with that their lives have been lifted. It speaks volumes to the organization's mission, to feed, shelter, teach, and support. It actually is something in which, even within our own leadership, everyone comes from diverse backgrounds, experiences, have different perspectives, but also the opportunity to pass along that torch and be able to, teach young people what we've been taught and be able to have that opportunity to move it and pass it forward. And I think that's an important factor. I mean, we've seen young people come in with their parents and say, I was scared to do summer youth, this program, but then bring their parents in. Their parents are like, oh my God, thank you for giving my son or my daughter a beautiful, impactful opportunity. It was very positive and they feel so great about it. And that's important to us at the end of the day.
And I love that you mentioned how some people said it could be intimidating, because I remember my first day working and you do feel kind of intimidating. So it's so nice to see that there's an organization that kind of nurtures and provides a safe space for young people to kind of learn what they need to be, professional and kind of go on in their careers. Now, I'm curious to know what motivates BronxWorks to continue to do this type of work for the community.
Well, as Marie mentioned, we're a fixture in the Bronx, but I think what I often say is we are who we serve, right? So we are the community. A lot of folks that work at BronxWorks may have started out as members, as SYEP, and have had their own families join, and that motivates us to see our communities get better, to be lifted, right? And when we hear back from members and some of the successes that we hear, and those can be very small to very big, it keeps us going. It puts the battery in our pack, so to speak.
Now, did you want to expand on that?
No, I agree with Deshana. I mean, many times, just those small experiences, big or small, I should say, have been impactful with many, and they go on to have really great careers or build greater lives. Even if it's not in New York. I mean, I know I recently received a email from a young lady maybe from 2 years ago, and I did not know how impactful I was on her life. And she came through our SYEP and then she moved on to other things, but you just have no idea how impactful you can be on someone's life in a short span of time.
Yes, definitely. I want to say, for one, I know that meant a lot, and I know for a lot of young people, that first work experience, they remember their first boss and how nice they were to them and all that. So I think, one, I want to thank you both so much for joining us and kind of sharing what you've done to help make not just young people, but everyone in the Bronx feel welcomed and feel like they have a space to go if they are looking for that help. Can you quickly just let everybody know where they can go to learn more information about the organization?
Well, to learn more about the invaluable work that we do at BronxWorks, lifting lives, building futures, please go to bronxworks.org. You can donate. You can go to all our social media handles, LinkedIn, Facebook, X, and Instagram.
Okay.
So,
And Blue Sky, the
Right.
new
Blue Sky.
guy in town.
All right. Well, thank you so much
Yes.
for joining us.
Thank you.
To learn more about all the programs they offer, please visit their website at bronxworks.org. We've come to the end of our show today. Before we go, I wanted to let you all know that today is my last show with BronxNet. It has been an incredible journey, and I want to thank you all so much for being here with me. With that being said, I'd like to thank all of our guests for joining me and giving me a chance to help spread their messages to our viewers. If you missed any part of today's show, you can catch the recable cast at 5 and 10 p.m. on Optimum Channel 67 and Verizon Fios Channel 33, or watch anytime on the web at bronxnet.org. You can catch our brand new episode of Open with Deshana Hamid on Wednesday and with Rena Valentine on Friday. I'm Kibin Alleyne, wishing you and yours safety and wellness now and always.